Good morning, it's Julie here from my craft room, and I thought I'd catch up with you what I've made so far this November. Not that many things, but got lots of plans and quite a few items I'm halfway through. So we'll start off with the sewing first that I've made. Yes, I made the Quick Sew K4138, this pinny here, for my 30-year-old daughter, and I made it in this black, I think it's 11 whale corduroy, and I got it from eBay, someone called Poplin Man, and it was only £6 a metre, because I got 3 metres for £18, but there was a minimum purchase, so you couldn't buy less. So I had quite a lot. I had a good over a metre left after I made it. The pinafore went really well. The only thing I'd say is the straps come up ever so long. I had to take about 3 or 4 inches off. Also, on there they had it so that the buttonhole was on the actual strap and the button was sewn onto the front bib, and I did it the opposite way round because I thought if she wasn't with me, and I thought if she needs to move the button or anything, then I can move the button up and down the strap, but I can't move it up and down the bib. So I did the buttonholes on the bib and put the button on the strap, and that worked well. And the skirt was far too long. I had to take about a good 4 or 5 inches off because she wanted it quite short. She wanted it more like a skater skirt, so that wasted quite a lot of fabric, and it meant that I hemmed it twice. So I hemmed it, and then she tried it on and she said, oh no, can't wear that. So I then had to cut it and rehem it, so that made it quite a big job, but it's done now. And I'll put a picture up here. I actually did a tutorial on it a previous couple of videos back, so if you want to see that you can go back and watch that, but I'll put a picture up here of it finished if I remember. And yeah, so I was pleased with it in the end, and she's worn it quite a few times. She likes it. And my other daughter said she quite fancied one as well, so we'll see when I get round to doing that. But yeah, so that went well. But because I bought 3 meters of fabric, I then decided to make some bloomers for 2 of the granddaughters. Yeah, so I made 2 of these bloomers. That's the Simplicity 1447A, and I made 2 of the bloomers, but I didn't do the frilly bits on the leg, so I just did elastic in the leg, and because this pattern only goes up to 12 to 18 months, it meant that the legs were a bit longer and they fitted, because both the girls are, one's coming up for 18 months and the other one's coming up for 2, so, and they're quite chunky little girls, so they needed the bigger size, so that worked well. And I'll put a picture up of them, and I think I've mentioned them in a previous video as well, and I'll put a picture up here of them, and they're really pleased with those. So that went well, and that was an easy pattern. I've made other things from that, and that was an easy pattern. I had some fabric left, and I thought, right, my 3-year-old granddaughter, I'll make her a skirt. I didn't use a pattern. I thought, oh, I'll just cut an oblong, put a bit of elastic on it, it'll be fine. Anyway, so what I did was, when it came to the waistband, I thought, well, that's a lot of gathering. I'll just make the waistband smaller. So I cut the waistband smaller. But now I've done it, because she's got quite a small waist, she's actually got a smaller waist than the other 2 girls who are 18 months. So I'm not sure if it's going to go over her hips. I hope so. I've put elastic in twice. I put elastic in and I thought, that's going to fall down because she's got such a small waist. So I then put some more elastic in just to draw the back in, which I thought they can take out if necessary. But I'm hoping that's going to go over her shoulders. But that is the little skirt. But because this fabric is so thick, this corduroy, it was so bulky here where I gathered it in, because obviously I've made it quite a big skirt, and it broke 2 of my needles, and my machine was getting really cross and seizing up, so that really put my machine through the mill there. But I managed to finish it, and hopefully I might be able to get it to them this weekend and they can try it on and see if it fits. But yeah, that's the black corduroy skirt that I made for Sienna, 3-year-old granddaughter. So I'm happy with that. Then I found I had some, at one point I made the grandchildren some aprons out of this plastic sort of vinyl. It's a bit like what you put on kitchen tables, you know, and they can paint and stuff like that. So and I had some fabric left over, so I decided to make them little bags. I thought for Christmas they can put some sweets in it. They always like carrying things around, so they're little shopping bags. So I made these, and I made 3 of those, and they're out of the cow fabric, and all it was really was I think it was about 9-inch square of fabric.
Apologies. I couldn't hear what you said.
Oh, don't know what that was. Yeah, so what I did was I made 9-inch square of fabric, and then let's turn one out inside out, and then you'll be able to see. So, yeah, so I sewed it down the sides, and just, it doesn't fray, so I just turned it over at the edge here, put the straps on, machined it down the sides, and then I just machined across the corners there, and that gave it the flat bit to give it a bit of base. And because it's quite stiff, it should stands up by itself. So but I thought it's great for like the year-old and the 18-month-year-old and the 3-year-old. They like to have handbags and put things in, and I thought they can just carry their toys around in it. And it just made use of the fabric, which was doing nothing at the moment. Still got loads more, but I'm sure something will come up and I'll make it. But yeah, I was really pleased with those. And it's just a little something to give them extra at Christmas. Put some sweets in or something. So that was a make. Then I've got my projects that I'm in. But I thought I'd mention first, I've been on YouTube watching quite a few channels, and there's some that I follow regular, and the ones I enjoy at the moment are Stitched Up, which Rachel's on that, and I really enjoy her vlogs. She does really long ones actually. It's a job to watch them. I tend to have to pause them, go and do dinner or do something, and then come back and watch them while I'm eating my dinner. But I like hers, and she's into sewing. And she sort of does a weekly vlog of her day, and that's really good. The other one is You've Got Me in Stitches, and that's Anna, and I've watched her for a long time. And recently she's always had her son, which she calls Teenage Earthling, which I think is hilarious, and she's always had him in the background doing the filming, but recently he's come to the front of the camera, and they're quite a double act actually. It's really enjoyable, so I definitely recommend watching them. And then a couple of new channels I've started watching. One is Claire, from Claire Who Makes Things, and I just love listening to her ramble on about what she's doing, and little stories she tells us about her husband and the washing line and everything. I just love it, so I really like enjoying her channel. And also Tina, who's got 2 channels. One's Simply in Stitches, and the other one is Fancy Lady Cross Stitch. And the Simply in Stitches is more knitting, a tiny bit of sewing, and the cross stitch one is obviously cross stitch, but hers are really enjoyable as well. She comes on quite regular and shows you how she's what she's done so far, and it's quite inspirational seeing different things you can make. So yes, so they're the channels I'm enjoying at the moment. But right, let's get on to what I'm in the middle of. So I'm still I'm still in the middle of doing this. So I was going to make it for the new grandson who was born about 4 weeks ago, but then it looked like it was coming up so big, so I ended up doing something else, which I think I've shown you in a previous vlog, a little blue cardigan, because this is quite wide. So I'm going to make it for one of the granddaughters, but I need to get a move on, otherwise they'll be too big. So yeah, so I need to finish that, but it's not a priority at the moment, because what with Christmas coming, there's so many other things to do. So that one is sort of on the back burner. The one that I have been working on is this one, and I'm making that for the year-old granddaughter, Amelie, and it's a round pattern, as you can see. The only thing I'd say, it really come up together really quick and sew together well, but the edging here, now obviously I do a lot of crocheting. In fact, I probably crochet more than I knit. So, but I thought when reading the instructions that for someone who just knits and then has to pick up a crochet hook just to do the edging, I thought it was quite difficult. So I wouldn't recommend it to anyone who doesn't know how to crochet, because it's not something that simple. But I'll show you so far. So that is it so far, and it's in this lovely pink yarn. It's their Knitting Essentials, and I got it from a pound shop, Sparkle. Yeah, I got it from a pound shop, and it was 3 for the price of 2, and I think they're only £1 each or something. So for £2 you got, and they're 50-gram balls. So yeah, so that is it. And the detail here, this is what I'm talking about. So it's absolutely beautiful. But what happened was, when you put it all together, it just said go around, pick up some stitches, pick up stitches all the way round, crochet stitches, but it didn't tell you how many. So I counted between sort of like the sleeve and the first seam, so that I made sure I roughly picked up the same either side. The neck seemed a bit baggy, so the next time it said decrease or increase when necessary to make sure you've got sets of 3. So I drew in the neck a bit because I thought the neck looked a bit baggy. And then yeah, so now apparently it just has a button here, but the sleeves, I started to do the sleeves. It said do the same on the sleeves, and I started to do them, and I thought, I don't know if I want that extra bit on there. I thought that might be too much. I don't know if you can see the extra bit. I thought that was too much to be catching her fingers in there, so I've just gone with the first bit, and I think I'm going to leave it like that. So I've got to try and press it, get all the fluff off it, put the button on, get rid of all the loose ends, and then, nearly forgot, there is a flower. And this was knitted, and this was, I had to really think about the instructions for this, because you actually start knitting, and then when you get to, I think it's something like the 5th row, they tell you just try and slip a stitch, drop it, and let it unravel. And that's what all that bit is there, you see. It's where it's unravelled. But yes, I did wonder what was happening. So you're meant to do it like that, and then I think I might put a button or something in there to make it like the centre of the flower, and then that fits on the cardigan like that. It's very pretty. I've got to look for a button, and that is going to be a Christmas present for Amelie. So but I'm pleased with that. That's going well. So yes, I need to get on and finish that, and then that'll be out the way. That'll be done. The next thing I'm doing is cross stitch, and my daughter, she trained as finance and accounts. She did all the training and everything, and then during lockdown and furlough she started baking. which she's always loved baking. And she started selling them on Etsy and just through Facebook and Instagram. Anyway, so she makes cakes, really decorates them really nice. If I get a chance, I'll put some pictures up here of some of her cakes. And she also does postal brownies and blondies. And she's got a channel anyway, and her channel's Amy Victoria Page, and she talks about general things, but recently she's been really focusing on the baking and small businesses. And her Instagram and her Etsy account are Sweet Things by Amy. And she's got a motif of a girl sitting on a cooker, and that is her sort of there. Sweet Things by Amy. See, I don't know if you can see, it's a bit shiny. Should I take it out there? There, Sweet Things by Amy. So I have, before I printed off and I made an apron for her birthday and I put it on the bib part. So I thought it'd be nice to do a cross stitch. Don't know why I thought it'd be nice to do a cross stitch, but I did. So I traced the picture. There, I traced the picture, can you see, off here. And then I rested it on this cross stitch, and I used some colours that I've got, and I've started doing that. And I think you can see part of the oven and the heart. And I'm doing that. But boy, it's taken a long time not having a proper plan, working it out and working the colours. So I'm not sure if it'll be a Christmas present now, because and also she's always around. She's out walking at the moment with her two sisters. They've taken the dogs for a walk. It's nearly 9 o'clock. They went about 7:30, so they should be back soon. Yeah, so I'm not sure if I'll get that done for Christmas, but I thought that would be nice, and I thought she could put it on a plaque, or I thought I might put it on a cushion. I don't know. I haven't really thought that far ahead, but I can see that's going to be one that's going to be, if I do a video every month about stuff I'm still in the process of making, this will be in there for months, I'm sure. But can't be helped. Right, the other thing which I'm doing, oh, when I made this little bag, this was a shopping bag I got at the craft show, and it was just it was about this tall, and it had great big long handles, and I thought I need a bag to put my cross stitch in. So I undid the top bit, and then I added this extra bit of fabric that you can see there, made the these shorter, and I put a zip in, and that is where I keep the cross stitch. And I did that because when I was doing this jumper, although it was in a bag on the side, Amy's dog got it out and she had the wool all over the floor. That's why it's all sort of put together funny. So so I have to watch, and also because you've got to watch the grandchildren don't get hold of stuff. So it's quite nice to have project bags. So I made that bag, sort of repurposed it. And what I'm doing is I'm doing this. And I bought this from the craft show. I think it was about the Knitting and Craft Show in March, the one that went ahead before lockdown. I think it was about a week or two before lockdown. We were so glad that we went there because we haven't been able to go anywhere since, really. And that was about £23, I think. It wasn't cheap. But it's a kit, and it comes with all the colours and quite a detailed plan. So I'm doing that at the moment, and that I'm doing for my grandson Ben, who's 3, and this is what I've done so far. It's very colourful. It's going to take longer than I thought. So I don't really get to follow much telly because I'm watching telly but having to watch this as well, so I don't really. My husband keeps saying, "Oh, did you see that?" And I say, yeah. Well, I didn't, because I was engrossed in either this or that Right, sorry about that. It suddenly died. Never mind, it gave me an excuse to go and make a cup of tea. So, talking about tea, I've got a mug I saw on Claire Who Makes Things, and I saw this crafting sewing mug, and I ordered one the same, so it's meant to come today by Amazon, so hopefully it'll come later and I can have a cup of tea out of that, and I'll show you next time. But yeah, as I was saying, it's amazing how many stitches there are in these things. So I am rather well, I've got 4 weeks. They're away at Christmas because obviously with COVID, and I don't know if you know, I've got 7 children. 5 of them are, obviously they're all grown up, 5 are with partners, so, and they don't live at home, so you know, the household of 3 is ridiculous. It's impossible for us. So it's been a rotten year. Luckily I look after childmind one of my granddaughters 2 days a week, so, and we were allowed to do that this recent lockdown, to carry on doing that. So I see them, and obviously I see my son when he comes and picks her up, and my daughter-in-law, so that's nice. And I've gone for the odd walk with the other daughter-in-laws so that I could see my grandchildren. So that's helped, but it is difficult, and Christmas is going to be difficult. So Ben's parents they're going to Scotland for Christmas, so I won't be seeing them. I'll either see them on the 20th, they're going to drop by on the 20th, but I wasn't going to give the presents then. They're going to come on the 30th when they get back, and we'll have a little Christmas then. So I've got till then to get this done, so hopefully I'll get this done. I was doing it for his birthday because I bought it in March. I was doing it for his birthday, but I never even got it out of the packet. His birthday was in June, and I never even got it out of the packet, so I'm hoping to get it done for Christmas for it, so that'll be very nice. But yeah, so that goes in that nice little bag and keeps it all together. So quite chuffed with that, and that was just a green zip I had lying around from an old cushion, so that worked well. Right, and what else? So now I think we're on to plans. So plans that I want to do before Christmas. So my youngest daughter, that's Amy, who does the cakes. Before she liked baking, she quite fancied being a photographer. So in her spare time she did a lot of photography. She went to the photography show, she bought a nice camera, she did lots of bits of photography. She even took some pictures of brides, because my second daughter, because I got 4 sons and 3 daughters, and my second daughter, she is a makeup artist for weddings, so she does brides and special occasions. And so my youngest daughter thought she might take pictures and that, but anyway, she didn't do too well in that. It's very difficult to get into. But I saw this fabric a couple of years ago when she was doing this into cameras, and so I saw this camera fabric and I thought, that's nice, I could make something for Amy out of it. And I don't know what I've got. I think I've got maybe 2 meters or 1.5 meters, not that much. I think it's 1.5 meters, and I haven't done anything with it. So I saw it in there and I thought, oh, maybe I could, because she started, she uses her camera skills to take good photos of her cakes that she sells, so it's come very handy. So I thought, well, maybe I could make a sort of casual, because obviously she's at home baking, she's not going out to work, she's not having to wear smart clothes. So I thought maybe I could make a casual shirt dress. So I saw this pattern I got free in a magazine ages ago, and I thought that might be quite nice. And I thought, well, that way I'll make it, cut it out, and it will be as short or as long as the fabric will let it be, however much fabric I've got. So it'll either be something she wears with jeans or leggings, or it'll be a short dress. So that's the plan, but that's got to be done by December, and we're now what, 25th, 26th of November? What is that? 26th of November. So got to get on really, but that is the plan for that. The fabric's washed, and yeah, so that's the plan for that. Whether I'll get it done, I don't know. Also, I might put some pictures up here. I made pinafore dresses, these ones, for the 2 youngest granddaughters, because I got 7 grandchildren now. What's it? 4 boys and 3 girls. Same as my own children. But the oldest one is going to be 16, and then the others are all 3 and younger. And the 2 youngest girls, I made pinafores, which I'll put pictures up here. And I ran out of fabric, so I couldn't make the 3-year-old granddaughter one. And I managed to get some more of this needle cord. Slightly different colour, but it's very similar. You can hardly tell the difference. And so I've got to make her pinafore. So that is a must, because I promised her. The others have had theirs. It wasn't a Christmas present. It was an autumn sort of gift. And the others have had theirs already. So I need to get on and get that for Sienna so that she can have her pinafore. So that's work in progress. The other thing I've got, I'm just going to shut the door because, hold on. Right, the other thing I'm doing is I'm doing a restyling. But that won't be before Christmas. I've told her I haven't got time. My 30-year-old daughter bought this denim shirt, which I think she got in the sale. £3. So she paid £3 for it. And she thought she'd wear it with a t-shirt and stuff like that. But what she doesn't like is these sleeves. They are like balloon sleeves. A lot of gathering. And down here, I think they're called bell sleeves. Oh, they just wanted to know if I wanted anything from the shop. They're back from their walk. Yeah, so I made, didn't make this. I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, she bought this for £3 and she doesn't like the sleeves. So she says, can I get rid of it? So it's quite a lot of work involved, because she wants me to get rid of all this gathering, cut a load off the sleeve, put it back in, and then take the cuff off and do the same. So both tricky jobs, so I don't know when I'll do that, but that's what she wants me to do. She's asked if I'll do it. So I said I would, but I said I doubt if it'll be this side of Christmas because I've got too much other things to do. The other thing is Sienna, my 3-year-old granddaughter, she loves cats. And they can't have a cat because her mum's allergic to cats. So I wanted to make her something with cats on. And I saw this as I was just looking through, and it is a cat cushion kit. And it's the latch hook. So I love a bit of latch hook. So you get all the different pieces of thread. You get, that's the threads are like that, and the bits of wool. And then what you do is you put it through the hole and then flick it through, and then it sticks up like that on the fabric. And this, I've got a nice wooden one which is a lot stronger than this plastic one that they give you, so I'll use that. But this is the kit. So it's an actual cushion cover. It's already made with a zip in. So that was quite good. I think I paid £8 or £9 for it off eBay or Amazon, one of those. And yeah, so, and then you do your latch hook on here and you follow the plan. So it's a bit like cross stitch. You've got to count and do it, but hopefully that won't take too long. I haven't started that yet, but yes, so I'm doing that for my granddaughter because she loves cats. So it's going to be that one, 2 kittens. So but But yes, I find that so therapeutic. When I was a child, I remember when I was a child, about 8 or 9, my dad used to make latch hook rugs, and I remember sitting on the floor in the lounge in the evening, helping him do these latch hook rugs. I really love it. So it's very fond memories of my dad, he's been dead about for 10 years now. So, but yeah, I really enjoy that. So I've got that to do. So I'm going to do that for Sienna. And what's the other thing? And then if Claire, who makes things, happens to be watching it, I was watching a video and she said she bought this fabric and she showed it to her husband. She was going to make a, oh my God, it was a Tilly and the Buttons Angus top, I think it is. And she wanted a stripy fabric like on the picture. And so she found this fabric and she said, her husband thought it was, said, how old are you? Because it's quite he thought it was childish, but it's got these bunny rabbits on. And I said to her, oh, I've got that fabric, but I was going to make something for my granddaughters. But I'm sure it looked lovely on her. So yes, so I've got this stretch fabric and I was going to make either a couple of smock tops out of it or dress. So I've got this pattern here. It's Simplicity 8304A. I've never used it for anything before, but it's got these sort of like dresses and it says it's for jersey fabric and it's got leggings as well. So yeah, so I thought I might make either the dress or I might make it in a short form and then they can, oh, the dogs are fighting, a short form and then it's like a top, a smock top. So yeah, so, and I wanted to, that's because the girls have gone to the shop. Yeah, so I wanted to make 3 of those out of this. So depending what I make, whether I make the dresses or the tops. But I wanted to do that for the granddaughters for Christmas. And I thought it would go quite nicely with those black bloomers that I made for them. So that's why I thought about the top. And they could wear it with the black bloomers or with black leggings or something like that. So yeah, so that is the plan with the bunny rabbit fabric because it's nice and stretchy. I have loads of other fabrics and plans that I want to do, but these are the ones that I think I'm going to start on sort of imminently. And then the next time I see you, I'll mention if there's any other things that I've moved up from the bottom drawer and are likely to get started on. But that is it, I think. I'm now going to have a cup of tea, edit this video, and then start on making some of this stuff. I don't know what I'm tempted to finish that cardigan, the little pink cardigan. Tempted to get that finished. I'm so near the end of that, so I want to get that done and get the little flower on. So I think that's priority. That's what I'm going to do once I put the camera down and finish editing. I'm going to get that done. And that means I can always start on another knitted thing because I like to have a few things in the pipeline. So yes. Well, thank you very much for watching, if you managed to last. And if you liked, please subscribe and come back and visit me again. And yes, I'll catch you later. Bye for now.